Hey, you! I need you to hit the subscribe button below.
Unity. Apostles. Yeah. One body, one mind. One mind, one spirit. One spirit, one mind. Gotta make the world feel it. One body, one mind. One mind, one spirit. One spirit, one mind. Gotta make the world feel it.
Yeah. Numbers 15, 38.
The book of Numbers, chapter 15 and verse 38. Speak unto the children of Israel and bid them that they make them fringes in the borders of their garments.
So fringes are these here. You have to wear fringes. These are fringes right here. You listening? That's another commandment. Fringes. Okay? So you have to go into there and wear fringes. Read.
Throughout their generations, and that they put upon the fringe of the borders a ribbon of blue.
And you have to wear a ribbon of blue. That lets you know that you are the children of God. These are some commandments that God wants us to do. All right? Is that it on that?
That's for that verse.
Read 39.
And it shall be unto you for a fringe, that ye may look upon it, and remember all the commandments.
So you wear this so you remember all the commandments. So if you even think of sinning, you can look on this and say, oh, I can't do that. I got to keep these commandments. Read.
Of the Lord, and do them, and that ye seek not after your own heart and your own eyes, after which ye used to go a whoring.
All right? So you wear these so you make sure that we don't sin and that we don't follow the lust of our own self. We don't go into it. We look at this and it reminds us who we are. Oh, we got to keep these commandments. Go to Leviticus 19. Leviticus 19. Yeah.
The book of Leviticus, chapter 19 and verse 17. Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thine heart.
Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thy heart. Who is thy brother? Is it the other nations? Is it the other nations? Is it the white man? Is it the Arab man? Is it the Chinese man? Who it is? That's right. Our people. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans.
That's right.
Those are our brothers. Read that.
Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thine heart. Thou shalt in any wise rebuke thy neighbor.
Thou shalt in any wise rebuke thy neighbor. What is that saying? Thou shalt in any wise rebuke thy neighbor. We shall correct our neighbor. We can't let our brother walk around here with his pants way down here. We can't let our brothers walk around here killing each other. We can't let our sisters pour each other out.
Right.
We got sisters having boyfriends at the age of 10.
Bring it on.
What happens when they turn 20? They mean they went through about what? 20, 30 boyfriends. That's pouring the sisters out.
Teach.
We have to marry our sisters.
Right.
We have to teach them to love brothers and sisters, to love one another. If not, then you rebuke them. You correct them. That's what the Lord's saying. If you don't correct your brother, that's hate. They got a thing saying no snitch. Basically, they saying you let somebody kill your brother in the street, and you don't say nothing. You let somebody rob your house, and you don't say nothing. What the hell is this?
Teach.
Well, these so-called white men let somebody go in there and let them rape their sister, and you just sit there and say no snitching? That's dumb. Read that again.
Leviticus chapter 19 and verse 17. Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thine heart.
Don't hate your brother, because if you do that, that means you hate your brother and your sister. Read.
Thou shalt in any wise rebuke thy neighbor.
Y'all should correct your neighbor. Read.
And not suffer sin upon them.
Don't let them keep sinning. Don't let them keep doing these things. Homosexuality. No, rebuke that. We're not having that. Cross gender, you can be 3 years old and get a damn secretary. No!
Jeez.
The hell going on? We will be no more if we let this shit continue. Let this stuff continue. All right? Verse 18.
Thou shalt not avenge nor bear any grudge against the children of thy people. But
we shall not what? Read that.
Thou shalt not avenge nor bear any grudge against the children of thy people.
We can't hold grudges, brother. We can't hold grudges. Somebody step on your shoe, I'm sorry, let it be. We'll kill each other over somebody step on your shoe. But look at you too long. What the hell? White man look at you too long, you don't do nothing. We can't do that with our brothers. We gotta come together. Read that.
But thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself.
We have to love thy neighbor as thyself as you love your own self. That's what the Lord is saying. We have to love our neighbors as our own self. Give me 21 and 5.
The book of Leviticus.
That's another commandment, by the way. And here's one commandment that I see y'all, that at least you keeping, and you're going to have to start keeping.
Give me Proverbs chapter 8, verse 4. Hey, what's going on, y'all? Y'all all right? Hey, bro, what's your name, bro? Juwan? You? Billy. Miller? Billy. Billy? Alonzo. Juwan, Billy, and Alonzo. All right, hey, listen, I want y'all to look around, because it started off with a crowd, right? Now y'all see it's just y'all, right? Give me Proverbs chapter 8, verse 4.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 8 and verse 4. Unto you, O men, I call.
So God is saying unto y'all, He's calling. He's calling unto the men. Why is that? Because the men are the leaders. Now we just went over when it was God, Christ, man, and woman. The black man got to get in order.
That's right.
We got to get in order first. Right. We got to be able to set ourselves in order, and then the black woman will follow. Right. If we don't get ourselves in order, there's no way that our community can get in order. You know what I'm saying? You understand that, you want? Because we got to understand, bro, when it comes down to us, we got to get our minds right first. Then our people will follow.
Right.
Now, give me Isaiah 58 and verse 1. Because it's our job to come out here and teach our people. We got to be the example to our people.
Right.
We got to be the ones that the young men have to look up to.
Right.
But they don't have nobody to look up to. What they got to look up to is the drug dealers, the gangbangers, the violence. That's what they think that they should do.
Right.
But we are God's chosen people.
That's right.
To show you that that's the wrong way. We got to keep God's commandments. Read this.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 58 and verse 1.
Book of Isaiah, chapter 58 and verse 1. I want y'all to get that right there. Read.
Cry aloud.
Cry aloud. Read on.
Spare not.
We ain't here to spare no feelings. We ain't here to be your friend. We here to tell you the truth. We here to tell you what's right and what's wrong.
Right.
How to get your life in order according to God.
Right.
Right? Read.
Lift up thy voice like a trumpet.
We here to lift up our voice like a trumpet. And we heard the sister say, oh, why y'all yelling? Why y'all out here yelling? Why you can't judge me? But God said, lift up our voice like a trumpet. Read.
And show my people their transgressions.
And show his people their transgressions. I'm going to ask y'all a question. I want y'all to come over here real quick. On this side right here, check this out, Juwan. Where you find your name at right here? Because it got Judah, American blacks. There's Benjamin, West Indian blacks. You got Levi, the Haitians. Out of these lists right here, Cubans, Puerto Ricans, Dominicans, where y'all see yourself at? Because your father would identify as one of these.
Yes.
Where you see yourself at? You want a Jew? You want a Benjamin?
Yes.
So your father's a West Indian black?
Black Indian. He was born in 1938. He's still alive right now.
Okay. Where you see yourself at, man? Judah? Where you see it? Judah? Most definitely. All right, and I'm gonna show y'all something. Because right now, this is extremely important to know. Because our people, I can ask y'all right now, what's your nationality? Each and one of y'all will give me 3 different answers. You will say black, African American. You will tell me some other things. These are colors and bywords. That's colors in the crayon box. Black is a color in the crayon box. You would give me African American. This is 2 different white people.
Yep.
You understand what I'm saying? So you call yourself 2 different white guys. So we out here to show our people their identity according to the Bible.
Yep.
Give me Psalms 82. The whole word on the course, if I'm not mistaken. Because right now y'all gotta understand something. God is calling to y'all. God is calling to y'all to change. Because we are out of order as men. As the men, we are out of order. And we gotta get it right. So in order to do that, you gotta be able to listen to what God wants from us. Read Psalms 82.
The book of Psalms, chapter 82 and verse 5.
Read.
They know not, neither will they understand.
Our people know not, and they will not understand. Read.
They walk on in darkness.
Our people walk on in darkness. Look around y'all. Look around y'all. Our people walk on in darkness. They thinking gangbanging is the way to go.
Right.
They thinking because I'm on a block and somebody rocking a color, somebody else rocking a different color, that's the way to go.
Teach.
That's not right. The whole world is out of course. It's out of order. They think that the men should be equal with the women.
Bring it on.
50-50. But God said no. Men think that it's cool to sag our pants.
Right.
The whole world is out of order. It's out of course. Read.
All the foundations of the earth are out of course.
All the foundations of the earth is out of order. Why? Because you, black man, is out of order.
Right.
Once you get yourself right, the world gonna come back right.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
Now give me 2 Corinthians chapter 10 and verse 5. Because right now, I'm gonna bring y'all our job according to the Bible. Our job and what we're supposed to do. We just read it in Isaiah 58 verse 1. That our job is to come on this side. Y'all supposed to come on this side, get y'all fringes, get y'all stuff in order, and teach our people.
That's
Y'all
right.
supposed to join this battle. This is a war. This is a spiritual war for our people. Y'all supposed to be ready for this battle right now. You know what I'm saying? 2 Corinthians chapter 10.
The book of 2 Corinthians, chapter 10.
All right, check me out, bro.
Hey, I got to get going. I apologize.
Okay, that's...
Hey, but I'm glad what y'all doing. Keep teaching these people about Yeshua and who y'all
No, keep
are.
teaching our people.
Our people
Our
about
people.
Yeshua and who you are, who you are, who you are.
So who are you, bro?
I am God in the flesh.
You are God in the flesh?
I'm God in the flesh.
You are God in the flesh.
Absolutely.
Give me Psalms 82 and verse 6. Hold that.
Absolutely.
Give me Psalms 82 and verse 6. Let's see what God said about that.
Yeah.
Psalms 82 and verse 6. Bring it out!
The book of Psalms, chapter 82 and verse 6. I have said, ye are gods.
You're not wrong. We are gods. We are gods. Read.
And all of you are children of the Most High.
So, okay, hold on. Don't go nowhere. Read.
But ye shall die like men.
God said you're going to die like a man.
Absolutely.
Why is that?
Why is that?
Why are we going to die like men?
Bring it out.
Give me Romans chapter 6 and verse
Because of
23.
sin.
Yes, because of sin. Now get that. Let God bring it out.
The book
Romans
of
chapter 6 and verse 23.
The book of Romans, chapter 6 and verse 23.
Read.
For the wages of sin is death.
For the wages of sin is death. So I'm going to ask you something, brother. You say you God in the flesh. We're going to die like men because of sin. So what is sin according to the Bible? What is sin according to the Bible?
Sin is not following God's commandments.
Sin is not following God's commandments.
Actually, sin is not following Yeshua, because that's the only way.
Bring it out.
The book of 1 John, chapter 3 and verse 4.
Read.
Whosoever committeth sin,
Whoever commits sin
transgresseth also the law.
transgress also the law. Read on.
For sin is the transgression of the law.
So sin is the transgression of the law. So my brother, what's your name? Bonzel, let me ask you a question. Right now, at this very moment, are you in sin? What's going on, brother? What's your name? Timothy? All right, hey, listen, y'all. Y'all all brothers. We all brothers right here, right now. You know what I'm saying? The world don't want us to think that we're related. But we all brothers, even though we don't know each other from a can of paint, we gotta see each other as family. You know what I'm saying? So what we doing right here right now, this is love.
Right.
This is love according to the Bible. Showing our people the right way to go. You understand what I'm saying? So Timothy, pay attention. Right now, let me ask you. Are you currently right now in sin? Right now?
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not. Give me some Numbers chapter 15, verse 38.
The book of Numbers, chapter 15 and verse 38. Speak unto the children of Israel.
So speak unto the children of Israel. Are you the child of the children of Israel?
Levite.
You're from the tribe of Levi. So you know that. C'est pas le Creole? It's called Pale Creole.
I don't speak.
I'm from Levi.
Okay.
I speak Creole.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? So you gotta understand something. If you know you're from the tribe of Levi, the tribe of Levi was the original lawgiver.
That's
So
right.
the original lawgiver was to give the law of the 12 tribes.
Right.
But we diminished that covenant that we have with God.
Teach.
Broke that. So now all 12 tribes are the lawgivers. We are the priests. But you gotta understand something. You said you wasn't in sin. Bring that out.
Speak unto the children of Israel.
Read.
And bid them.
Command them, read on,
That they make them fringes in the borders of their
that
garments
they make them fringes on the borders of their garments. Read.
throughout their generations.
Throughout your generation. How long is a generation, bro? 50? How long, Billy? 25? How long? 25? How long? Yeah. 50? So you say 50, 25, 25, 50? All right. So read that part again throughout.
throughout their generations.
So the scripture says throughout your generations. That means you have a son, you have a son, you have a son, you have a son. Your sons have a son, sons have a son, and so on and so forth.
See?
That's saying throughout your generation. So that's forever.
Right.
That is forever. It's not 50 years.
Yeah.
It ain't 25 years. It's forever.
Right.
So this law was given to our people in the wilderness over 3,000 years ago.
Teach.
This, even to the day, we're supposed to keep these laws.
That's
You know what
right.
I'm saying? So right now, if you look around, the men of Israel have on fringes.
That's
They
right.
have on fringes. And we got to keep this law even to the day. So my brother, go back to 1 John chapter 3 and verse 4. And I'm going to ask you this question one more time. Read.
The book of 1 John, chapter 3 and verse 4.
Read.
Whosoever committeth sin transgresseth also the law.
So whoever commits sin also transgress God's laws. Read on.
For sin is the transgression of the law.
So I'm going to ask you again. My brother, are you in sin? Absolutely not. We just read it. We just read the law where you have to have your fringes on. We just read that. Do you have on fringes?
That's not a sin.
It's not a sin to have on fringes?
Not to not have them is not a sin.
Why you say it's not to not have on fringes?
Because you gotta remember generations happen in certain periods of time. So
Hold on.
So you get generations, you get 7 of those generations. And through those generations, you don't have to follow certain laws. That's the Old Testament.
Hold on. Give me Psalms 111 and verse 10. Brother, nah. No,
Old
that's
Testament.
wrong.
That's Old Testament.
That is wrong.
That is not New Testament.
That is wrong.
That's not
name
Yeshua's
coming
law.
to
That
be
is
more
wrong.
powerful
I guarantee you.
as the generation
You know,
to
but
build
he
more, to become stronger with your name that has been given to
Give me 1
you.
second. Give me 1 second.
I'm just letting you know, Yeshua would not come down here right now and be like, hey, you gotta have fringes.
Oh, really? Oh, really?
No.
Hold up.
No,
Hold that.
that's
Zephaniah
not true.
1:8. Zephaniah 1:8. And then go back to Hebrews.
Now, Cypher.
No.
I know Yeshua very well, brother.
You know Yeshua very well?
Very well, brother.
All right. My brother say he knows
He's
Yeshua.
actually standing right here.
My brother say he knows Yeshua very well.
Absolutely.
All right. Bring it out.
The book of Zephaniah, chapter 1 and verse 8. And it shall come to pass
Read.
in the day of the Lord's sacrifice.
So what is the sacrifice? When you gotta kill something, right? So it's saying in that day when Christ come back, when he comes back to put people to death,
Right.
read.
that I will punish
God say he gonna kill,
the
read,
princes
the princes, read,
and the king's children,
and the king's children, which are the 12 tribes of Israel,
right,
read,
and all such as are clothed,
as a what?
clothed,
As a what? Clothed, read,
with strange apparel.
with strange apparel.
That's
It is
right.
commanded. God said to put on fringes on the borders of your garment. You ain't gonna come here and tell us that God said that's the Old Testament. We ain't gotta keep that. No, give me that where it says in Hebrew. Hold on.
Yeshua tells
Hold
you don't gotta
that.
keep
Hold that. Read
Yeshua
that.
literally tells you you don't
Hebrews chapter 10 and verse 7. Then said I, lo, I come in the volume of the book.
So Christ said he came in the volume of the book. What does the volume of the book mean? The whole book. That means from Genesis to Revelation. The whole book is talking about Jesus. Why are you gonna tell you not to keep the Old Testament?
Teach.
Bro, that's lies. Read.
It is written of me to do thy
It
will.
is written of Christ. It is written of Christ for us to do his will. For us to do God's will. 2 Corinthians chapter 10 verse 5. Because right now, this is the problem with our people. We don't want to hear God. When God comes out, we don't want to hear that. You said you see Yeshua right here. I see Yeshua right here, right here, right here, and right there.
That's right.
I see Christ in all of you.
That's right.
You gotta be able to see that. Read that, 2 Corinthians.
2 Corinthians chapter 10 and verse 5.
Read.
Casting down imagination.
Down imagination.
Right.
God said keep his commandments.
Right.
That's what we finna do. Read.
And every high thing that exalteth itself against the knowledge of God.
Everything that exalts itself against the knowledge of God. You said we ain't gotta have on fringes? That's a lie.
That's right.
God said keep the fringes on. That's a lie. Hey, if that's how you feel,
No, I'm not battling with you. Because we
Go ahead.
We are part of the same group here.
oh, no, we the same people.
Absolutely. So what I'm telling you is this: is Yeshua, even in the New Testament, said that we don't follow the law of Musa. We no longer follow.
Hold up. Even in the New Testament, he said we don't follow the old law.
We don't follow the law of Musa. We no longer make sacrifices. We no longer do that.
Okay, so give me that. Hebrews chapter 10. Hold on. We're gonna talk. Because what y'all gotta understand is there are 5 categories of law. There's the ceremonial, there's the moral, there's the civil, there's the sacrificial, and what's the other one? What's the other one? Ceremonial, sacrificial, moral, civil, and dietary law. So right now, what you saying, my brother? Are you married? Yes. So you saying I can go to your house and sleep with your wife and don't have to worry about that? But you just said we don't got to keep the Old Testament law.
Teach!
Isn't that thou shalt not commit adultery? Right. Isn't that in the Old Testament? Right. So what are you talking about?
It's also in the New Testament as well.
But what are you talking about, though? That's in the Old Testament.
What I'm telling you is this. Is the main law, like when the Pharisees came to Yeshua and asked him, what's the main law that we keep? What is that?
Hold on, what is that? You tell me.
Love thy brother like you love the what?
Okay, so what is that telling you? That's a branch of the law. So if you understand that, right? If you understand that, what that's saying is, if I love you, I would not sleep with your wife.
Right.
If I love you, I would not murder you because you're wearing another color.
Right.
If I love you, I would not rob you. I won't covet nothing that you got.
Right.
That's what that's saying. All the laws still fall under that.
That's right.
What you're missing in that is this, is that Christ is love. So at the end of the day, Yeshua's not going to come
Christ
here.
is love?
Absolutely.
Brother, hold on. Explain that. Explain what you mean by Christ is love.
Agape love.
Oh, brother.
Love where you can forgive 7 times in a day.
1 John chapter 5.
Signs of forgiveness.
Hold on. We're going to touch on one thing. Because just like the scripture says, we're casting down every imagination and every thought against the obedience of Christ. That's what we're here to do.
I got you.
And when you say Christ is love, Christ is also a man of war.
Right.
Christ is also a man of war.
Right.
He here for war. He ain't here just to love everybody.
No.
That's a Christianity doctrine, bro.
No, absolutely.
All right, hold on. 1 John chapter 5 and verse 2. We're going to show you the love of God. Read that.
The book of 1 John, chapter 5 and verse 2.
Read.
By this we know that we love the children of God.
By this that we're about to read, you know that we love the children of God, which are you brothers, the blacks and Hispanics, on this 12 tribes right here. By this, what we're about to read, that's how you know we love you. Read on.
When we love God.
When we love God.
And keep His commandments. Keep His commandments.
So, I'm going to tell you something. You might be misunderstood by something, but if you don't keep God's commandments, you really don't love God's people.
That's
you
right.
really don't love God's people.
Right.
So if you're here to make excuses and say, I don't got to keep that, that's in the Old Testament. You're here to tell us that you don't love us.
Right.
You're here to tell your brothers that you don't love them.
Right.
Because God said to love His people is to keep the commandments. You understand what that means? Go read on.
For this is the love of God.
Read.
That we keep His commandments.
No, we only want to take some of them.
Keep His commandments.
Now let's find out which commandment that Christ came to do away with. Let's find out if it was all of them, or let's find out if it was one set of the commandments that He came to do away with. You gotta understand. So read that. Hebrews. Yep. You can start off at verse 8.
The book of Hebrews, chapter 10 and verse 8. Above, when he said, sacrifice and offering and burnt offerings and offering for sin, thou wouldest not.
So Christ said, God, you didn't want no sacrifice. You didn't like sacrifices. Those things was a shadow of things to come, meaning it was going to eventually be done away with. So now today, if I commit murder, am I put to death? Or do they just lock me up? Now, if I steal something, if I do something against God's commandments, do I go sacrifice something? Do I bring a law, a lamb, a bull? No, you don't. That's the only set of laws that was done away with, was the sacrificial laws. There was no other law. Keep reading.
And burnt offering and offering for sin thou wouldest not.
Read.
Neither had his pleasure therein, which are offered by the law.
So God never had pleasure in sacrificial laws. That's the only set of laws that was done away with. Everything else is still here. Everything else we still must keep. So what do you mean? What do you mean when you say the Mosaic laws are done away with? No, they're not. They're still in full effect today.
We used to scream Black Power while Heron was pushed. But at the end of the day, nothing's in vain. IUIC has been given a vision. The tents of Judah has risen. Many has attempted the mission, minor murmuring, omitting, and missing the mark. Just reading that he had the flame of fire in his eyes gave us the spark. We on Paul's mission. We out on the road, purple and gold, from Mexico, Cuba, Haiti, Ghana, Sierra Leone. 144,000 boots banging, concrete crackling. These are our men repented at heart. The scriptures is proof. IUIC, we deliver the truth.